I know you're 7.2 million funded. Is that still the case, or have you grown that even further?
I just got a little bit low, around 5.6 million now. From 2016 to 2019, I just lost around $25,000 in Forex. Then I got a break. I just deposited $2,000 and I opened a gold trade and I went to sleep. So when I wake up, it was like $10,000 profit running on that account. That was my life-changing moment because if I purchase 5 accounts on a prop firm or 6 accounts, I have passed more than 3 accounts on every prop firm.
What steps would you recommend somebody start to take, or like you said, do step one, step two, step three to start growing an account? What would they be? This podcast is brought to you by Blue Guardian, the only prop firm that protects their traders. Episode 238. All right, folks, we've got Nouman Iqbal here in the house. Now, this guy's got over $5 million worth of prop firm funding under his belt. He's only 25. And he's got multiple funded accounts, and you're going to find out how he got there in today's interview, along with how he trades all of these prop firm accounts without a trade copier, which is kind of unusual. So you're going to find out exactly what he does in the show today. You're also going to learn a strategy if you check out the YouTube video that drops on the channel next. So please go and subscribe to the Trading Nut YouTube if you want to see that. Other things happening here, we've got the live streams. We've actually got a new live streamer, ICT style trader, hitting the streams this week, taking on the 25k Blue Guardian challenge. He's from the Dominican Republic. His name's Jeff. You're going to meet him, and I think we've got 7 traders up there at the moment, and we doing the recap videos every week on the Blue Guardian Challenge, so you get to see how everyone's progressing live, very transparent. So go and check them out if you haven't already. All right, folks, enough from me. Let's hear from my sponsor, Blue Guardian, and get on with the show. Our sponsor, Blue Guardian, is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation. Okay, here we are on Trading Nut. We've got Nouman Iqbal here in the show, also known as Limitless Nouman on the Instagram. Welcome to the show. I'm really excited to do this interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
So look, I mean, I've been watching your stuff. In fact, somebody I know reached out to me and said, I know quite well. They said, you got to get this guy on. He's been withdrawing from prop firms for like a very long time. So I had a look around. I saw that you'd had a tweet from the funded trader who'd verified like about 7 or 8 of your withdrawals.
I have now 13, I guess 13 withdrawals from the funded trader.
Yeah, and I just saw today you had the Blue Guardian withdrawal up on your Instagram, and you've had all these other withdrawals, which is fantastic. And I know you're 7.2 million funded. Is that still the case, or have you grown that even further?
I just got a little bit low, around 5.6 million now, because USD has a very good bull run last few days. There was no good analysis, so I had some losses. So it will be good. I am looking for $10 million funding now.
Awesome. I think you're probably, I mean, excluding the guys from the good old days, I think you're one of the highest grossing funded traders that I've had on the show. So well done for that. Now we're going to dive in and get your full story to get to the point where you are now and try and dissect it so that other people who are wanting to achieve the same success can find it in this interview. Yeah. Now, how did it all start off?
So you want me to tell you how I started prop firm or Forex trading?
How you started into Forex trading?
So I started Forex trading back in 2015 or 16. I was finding a way to make money online like everyone else. I was finding different ways, and there was an ad on YouTube from Binary Broker. It was a Binary Broker ad, and the video was like the man made $1,000 from just 1 minute trade. And I was like, what is this? This man just plays a trade and the graph goes up. And I didn't know about graph and the candlestick back then. So it was very interesting. So I just landed to I just click on the link and it landed me to the Binary Broker website. And I opened a demo account and I made good profits on demo. So I thought maybe it's easy and it's something that I could, go and make good money. So I deposited my some funds there, and when you're trading on demo account, the demo account balance is more than $10,000, maybe $1 lakh, 100K. So, but when I deposited my own money, I deposited only $500 or maybe less than that, and I lost that amount in just a week. And within a year, I had lost $2,000 or maybe more than that. No, $5,000 on binary brokers. So, and after a year, I just realized that there is something else which calls MetaTrader, and that was very a funny thing. And because I wasn't doing the real forex, I was doing binary, which is like gambling. So I just realized that I wasn't doing forex, and forex is something else which done on MetaTrader 5 or MetaTrader 4. So I just installed that MetaTrader 4, and I had some experience about the candlesticks back then because I was searching for the binary option strategy. So I had some knowledge about the market now. So I just opened an account, found a broker. I put $2,000 on there, and I wasn't using a stop loss. So I just lost that amount in maybe 5 days or 10 days, and that was very hard time. Then within a 3 year span from 2016 to 2019, I just lost around $25,000 in forex. So then I got a break. I just deposited $2,000 and I opened a gold trade, and I went to sleep. So when I wake up, it was like $10,000 profit running on that account.
Oh, really?
So that was my life changing moment because I got two things. I got the money from the trade, and I learned one thing, that I have to hold the profits for longer. Because if I was not sleeping back then, I might close the trade in very low profits, like $1,000, maybe $2,000 maximum, not more than that, because I wasn't strong back then. So once I wake up, I saw the profits, and I learned these two things, that I have to work on the I have to make my nerves strong if I want to make profit. So I had $12,000 that time, and it was a big push of my forex journey. So that's how I started. Then I just deposited 5,000 again. I just withdrew $7,000 and started trading on with $5,000, and I applied the same method.
Ah, right. And so what were you doing in terms of like a method? Was it some kind of special technical analysis, or what was it?
I'm more like a psychology person, because I believe that if you are putting so much efforts on the charts and you are not strong at psychology, you are not going to win. So I learned this by the time, and I am trading now. I have changed various strategies over the time, because when in starting I was trading simple support and resistance, which is a very common strategy, and then I was using some kind of breakout strategy, which is volume push and this stuff. And I used that for like 6 months, and the good results was good, but I wasn't profitable, because it needs to be extra careful with that strategy. You have to be very strong, and so I wasn't ready for that strategy. So I changed my strategy. Now I'm working with the Fibonacci levels. I don't use Fibonacci, but I know the levels because I have good experience now. But if someone wants to apply my strategy, they should use Fibonacci levels. So now I just trade the retracements when there is a trend and it goes down and made a good retracement. I just go for the continuation of the trend, and that gives me like more risk to reward ratio, because once trade goes to the higher high, it gives me a 1:1 almost, and if it goes more than higher high and creates a new higher high, then that means that I'm going to get 1:2 RR or maybe more than that. So it's my favorite strategy, and I'm working on it from last 1 year.
Okay. And so what was the big change for you in terms of, like, I mean, obviously you had that falling asleep gold trade, which showed you some money and you knew you had to hold on, but was there anything else in there that was like, that helped you get that sort of 7,000 you put back in, or sorry, the 5,000 you put back in to grow that account again?
As I told you, that I learned two things that day. One is money. I got the money. I got the some pressure was released from my mind, and I had good money. The second thing was patience. I learned one thing, that if I want to be successful in this trading thing, I have to reverse the psychology I have been applying. I was applying from last 3 to 4 years. So I just reversed the things over time, because when in starting, I was closing my profits in very short period, and I was taking huge losses. Then I reversed this thing. Now I never change my stop loss. I never change my end phase. Once I get into the trade, now it's obvious for me. Now I'm not going to change it anyway. If even I get 10 stop losses, that's okay. I believe my system. I believe myself. I took the trade on my own responsibility. Okay, so I accept what is the outcome. Now it is the most life-changing thing when I decided not to remove my stop loss, not to remove my take profit, not to these rules. I made some set of rules that I'm not going to do this, and I repeatedly did that, and that made good improvements in me. So for me, there's a simple set of rules. You have to be a good RR. Your stop loss should be small. Your take profit should be high, and you should continue. You should continue to take highest possible profit from the market. So that's my simple strategy.
And how hard was it to get to that point and to break the habit? Because I mean, that's kind of the big habit that gets everyone, right? And it would have taken you a while to do it. So what were some of the struggles you had to, or demons you had to fight to manage to get that change? Or was it an instantaneous thing that, just one day I know what I need to do and it just happened? Or there must have been some emotion in that, I'm guessing.
You're right. The thing is that when you see things getting improved, you get the patience. Okay, if I'm applying something and I'm not getting the results, then I will be not okay with that. Now, if I'm applying something and I can see that there is a little improvements in the system or in the results, then I will be satisfied. That's how by over time I developed this thing. In starting, it was very difficult. I wasn't sure about this thing. If this is a good approach, because I'm not maybe after a year or after 6 months, I get fail again because I was failing from long time, 3 to 4 years. So simple thing is that it's difficult in starting, but once you make good rules, your mind knows it, because whenever you do the right thing, in any field, your mind would accept it, and your mind will give you the signal that you are doing the right thing. So it's all about the mind. If you're doing the right thing, then you should there would be time when you will be improving time by time.
Okay, right. So it was the continuous, I suppose, feedback of things going in your favor. So does that mean you sort of had a bit of a winning streak there that got you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Streak, yes.
Okay, right. So you had okay. And so I mean, it's interesting you talk about like the fact that you're happy to lose 10 trades in a row and carry on with the same approach. What happened when the prop firms came around and you decided to, make that transition from personal account trading to prop firm? Were you already making consistent income at that point, or revenue at that point, whatever you want to call it, profits?
So I was trading on the personal account back then, and I had good profits. I had I was getting some little achievements because I had my first car in 2020. So I started prop firms in late 2021. So there was a friend of mine who was doing prop firms, FTMO and stuff like this. So he was telling me that, Nouman, you should try this, it's good. And I was like, why they want to give us this huge money? So my idea was it's like a scam. I don't believe this. There would be some hidden terms, and it would be very difficult, because why they want to give us so much money and in just so small fees. So my idea was like this: it's a scam, or it would be very difficult. So my friend was doing it, and he suggested me. Then I give it a first try in 2021, maybe August, so like this. So I tried FTMO, and I failed the first challenge. And then I tried it again, and I passed 100K account in the second attempt. And after that, on the live account, I made $1,000. I paused my account, halted my trading, and I waited for my payout, refund and payout. So I got the refund and I got the payout. Now I knew one thing, that this thing is real, and I can do it because I passed the account, and now I had the belief. So I just took that money. I took the money from the refund, I reinvested in my FTMO account, and I put 20% profits. Like I bought a small account again. So now I had one live account, one challenge account, and that's how I started growing into in pro firms. Then I had a trade. I opened 10 loads on FTMO. I shared this trade on my Twitter last night. So that was my first 5-digit trade. I went for the sale and I took 100 pips on 10 loads, and it gives me like $11,000 on FTMO account. And it was a big step on FTMO or platforms, because now I had a simple, I have the simple formula that I have to reinvest my 20 or 10% profits in the platforms. So it's very simple. I got the money, I reinvest in my challenges, and I bought 2-3 challenges. I passed like this, and then I started my Forex one, and I did the same. I passed one. I failed the first account, then I passed the second one. I passed the third one, and I exposed everything, my whole platform journey of every platform on my YouTube. How much challenges I bought, how many challenges I passed on every platform. So I made this public for all of the viewers.
Right, folks, I'm here at the Black Bull Markets headquarters up in Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm standing in front of their whiskey bar. Now, if you like that kind of selection, you're going to love their 26,000 tradable assets from Forex, cryptos, indices, stocks, you name it, they've got it. So, folks, go and check them out at blackbullmarkets.com or click the link under the video or in the card above. Yeah, it is fantastic that it's just so transparent in terms of what you've managed to achieve. I mean, from a passing a challenge point of view, I mean, now, folks are doing unlimited time challenges, so there's not that restriction. But how were you able to get the passing or to pass the challenges? Were you passing it in 1 or 2 trades that were big enough to get you across, or was it a number of trades?
In starting, I wasn't doing this number 1 or 2 trades thing. In starting, I was doing proper risk management thing. But because I was good in trading when I started prop firm, that was my advantage, because I had so much experience of Forex trading, retail Forex trading, before entering into prop firms. So I had good grip on risk to reward ratio. So I understand one thing, that if I want to get successful here, I have to take the highest possible risk to reward. Because now what I do is, my simple formula is very simple. I take trade on retracements. I go with the 2% risk of a challenge, and I target like 6%, 4%, 8%, and 10%. It's just bare. Now, if I achieve 4% target, I will look at the market. If market is volatile, then there is high chances that I can get 8% too, 6% too. That's how I calculate my my take profit. So it's very simple. If market is slow, I will close my trade in 4%, 3%, profits. So that's my whole thing.
And when you were trying to scale these prop firm accounts, did you fail many challenges?
No, my pass ratio is more than what I failed. My passing ratio is more than what I failed. If I purchase 5 accounts on a prop firm or 6 accounts, I have passed 3 accounts, more than 3 accounts on every prop firm. I'm talking about the funded one, not the phases. If I go for the phases, like past phase 1, my success ratio must be 60% plus.
Okay, so past phase 1, you're 60% plus. Okay, and what about in terms of like copying trades across platforms? Are you sort of just trading one account and using a copy trader to disperse it across multiple firms? Is that how you do it?
The problem with the copy trading is a few things I don't like. One thing is that many platforms make issues when you're using an EA. Now, copy trading is an EA. You have to give the extra explanation. This is my master account. This is this account, and there's many firms who don't like this behavior of EAs. So I want to be clean. So I don't use any copier. And even though I have many accounts, I don't trade all of them at once. I go for like 2 or 3 accounts a day. I select 2 or 3 accounts a day. Like if I got a payout from a prop firm last night, I have all the records. I have all the records which from going to give me payout on which date. So I know that this account is free now. I will mark that account. Even though if I have 5 accounts, funded accounts ready to trade, I will trade only 1 funded account, 1 challenge account, and 1 phase 1 or phase 2. So I don't rush myself, because I just trade every account one by one. So that's how I apply. That's how I apply my trading on these challenges. So there are 2 benefits of this. When I'm trading like this, I would have peace in my mind, because I'm not rushing towards many challenges as it looks. Many people think that this man have 20 accounts. This man would be trading every day. Like, I don't do that. I just simply mark. I have marked everything. I have written everything, and I know which account to trade when So this is very simple. Once you get used to it, it's very, very simple.
Okay, it is interesting because it did intrigue me as to how you did it, because it does seem like, oh man, this guy must be just a machine placing trades everywhere, but it's very methodical, which is awesome.
I just trade one setup a day. My trading psychology is very simple. I trade one setup, one pair, one trade. That's all. If I get a loss, I don't trade anymore. Whole day, just one trade, and there is no more extra things on that.
Okay, and on that, what is the pair that you trade, and what session do you trade into? Oh, sorry, in time frames.
So I trade Euro USD from last 1 year, and for Euro USD, I think that the best trading time is a London session. But if you are taking trade in London session, that trade could continue in New York session, because New York session brings the volume, and my targets are high because I take, as I told you, that I target the highest RR, highest in my TP is big. So my traders needs good time to run. If I'm touching 100 pips or 80 pips, then I would need the volume of New York session as well. If my trade open at London session, it continues in New York session, and sometimes I just close the trade just 15 minutes before the market close.
Oh, right. That's interesting. And so it does make sense as to why you don't move your stop or anything like that, because usually you get stopped out on those, London session trades if you do, as I know. Now, what about the time frame? So are you entering in on a 1 minute chart or higher?
I look charts at a big picture. So my analyzing way, time frame is 4 hour. This 4 hour is the main time frame. When I look that's how I look the trend. But when I'm taking a trade, I go for the 1 hour, and there is no smaller time frame than this. I believe that 1 hour is good, and it's a solid time frame. It's good. So that's why I go with the 1 hour time frame and 4 hour for the trend.
And days where you've got no trend or you can't identify a trend on a 4 hour, what happens then?
That's not possible. You will find anything. Market will go up or go down. There's nothing else. If you go up or go down, there's no third option.
Okay, so you're basically always going to find a setup pretty much every day based on this method. Yeah.
It's like if my trades are running if I enter into a trade, and I don't I don't keep my trades open at the rollover time next time. So I close the trade just 15 minutes or 30 minutes before the market close, and I enter into the trade after 2 hours or 1 hour after market open. So if I enter into a trade, I will give it a time to hit the target. If the market is not hitting the target, I'm not going to open another trade.
All right. So what about like if you had to sort of look at your stats and stuff? I mean, just to put something around it, winning rates and risk to reward ratio on average, what do they look like?
From my last year, if I would be honest with you, I think my risk to reward, my success ratio is over 60 or 65%. With the 60 to 65% is good, but if you add 1:2 or 1:3, it's become excellent. So that's why I'm getting more. I am 100% confident that my trading what I said, winning ratio is above 50%. If I go at the lowest, and because I'm taking high risk to reward ratio, it becomes excellent with this ratio.
Right, I've got you. Yeah. So if you're getting like higher risk to reward ratio, a 50% win rate is actually pretty crazy when you look at it like that. Right. What about your typical trading day? How does it operate for you?
So my typical trading day, once you get starting results, trading becomes boring. It becomes very boring. So my trading work is not more than 30 minutes. I got an office, and I wake up in London session, and I just look at the trades from my mobile. I don't usually use laptop or computer for the analyze. So I normally do it on my mobile. I'm very lazy type of trader. So I just open my account, I open a trade, then I'm free for the day. It's like a retirement life. I don't have to do anything like big or which could require my work. So I just go to office. I have other businesses, real estate and e-commerce. So I just look at their things, and sometimes I have to go to the sites because currently my villa is under construction. There's 5,000 square feet villa on the main road. So I have to sometimes I have to go to see the progress and the customership thing. So that's my typical day. I got at night, late night, I go for the cruise. I got BMW i8 here, so it's like easy life.
Yeah. So it sounds like the perfect trading life. You make money through the trading, but you do it for 30 minutes a day instead
It's
of
like
being glued to the charts.
yeah, it's exactly the one I always wished for when I started trading. We want freedom. That's why we choose trading. So I got my freedom, financial freedom, and I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds fantastic. Now, what about what do you think made you different from other folks out there that are still trying to, make trading work for them? What do you think was different about your approach and your potentially your traits?
Yes. The thing is that one factor is you have to work on your self. You have to work on yourself, and you have to work out of the box. You have to think out of the box, because if you are living in a society when people where people can't digest your success, you have to isolate yourself from those people. And the environment in our society is very it's not suitable for a successful person. If someone wants to be successful, they should isolate themselves for some time, because if you look at the universities and these other stuff, they don't want you to be successful. They want you to be spend your life in some kind of some kind of fantasy. So when someone just realized that they wasted this whole years, and now they have to work, they have to find the work, they have to find the job, when reality hits, they get very emotional, they get very sad. So my advice is just simple, that if you want to be successful, if you want to do something different, you have to think out of the box. You have to isolate yourself from others. You have to work on yourself. And Forex is not the only option. There is a lot of other options. They are required your full attention. So if you are ready to give full attention, full dedication, and hard work, there is nothing that can stop you from the success. It will take a lot of years, a lot of months, but I'm not stick with the Forex. I won't stick with the Forex. That you should go with the Forex. Forex is the most riskiest thing. And I would say that whatever you want to do, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be like a cricket player or whatever football player, just put your efforts in that and try to find your interest. Once you get the interest, just put your hard work 100,000% in that thing, and in just a couple of years, you will see that you're progressing better than the other folks.
And so, with that in mind, it must have been hard at the start when you weren't making any money. You were in fact losing money, and you were doing this Forex thing. How did you manage to cope through that sort of those trying times?
So I had a lot of debts on me. We sold our house because of the debts, and we have very bad time. I lost my dad at my worst times in 2018 when I had the financial crisis. I lost my dad as well. That was the very black days of my life. I can't forget those days. But that's all depend on losses. When you are in losses, when you are in debts, when you see there's nothing more left in the world. There is a world left for you. There's nothing that would end your success. Just you have to keep going. If you're not a quitter, if you don't quit, you will get success. Because when I got my losses, I knew one thing, that this thing will be sorted out. There was a lot of problems. The people were asking money. They were asking a lot of these things, because Forex made us to do this. Forex made us to get the money from from your savings, from your uncle pockets, from your friend pockets. They want you to get the money and put in the market. So it's quite difficult, but it's time. I think if you're in such situation, just give yourself some time, and there would be nothing that would end your this life. You have to go through this, and after some time, everything will be settled. Even if it's the worst, but it will be settled over time. So give yourself some time to heal up, and then you will see that just give yourself some time to heal up, and then on the back, just keep doing it. Keep doing it. If you are losing it, just keep doing it.
And it's so hard to say, so easy to say, hard to do. Now, what with that in mind, what steps would you recommend somebody start to take, or like you said, to step 1, step 2, step 3, to start growing an account? What would they be?
So if you are new in Forex trading, and let's say this is your first month, you have to make one thing you have to realize one thing, that this thing won't make you a millionaire overnight. Whatever you're watching, because Forex is something, when you follow Forex hashtag on Instagram, the life you see is very luxurious. The life you see is very luxury, and you start wishing it from day one, day or so, day 7 or day, like, once you get used to it, you want to get all these things, Lambos and these, but 99% are fake. The life isn't like this. And there's only few people who are making money, genuine money from the Forex. Rest of all these are fake growth. They're making money from the courses, from their luxury lifestyle. They show the luxury lifestyle and they get money from out of your pocket. So step one is just never follow any fake rule. Just when you are if you're new in the market, make yourself realistic. Make your goals realistic. Make your target realistic. So you don't have to go to the shortcuts. So once you have the realistic mindset, now you can step up to the step 2.
Tired of missing trades or spending hours at the charts? Introducing my Robot Builders Club. With our platform, you can build bots in minutes, not weeks, without any coding required. Get lifetime access to my video course, VIP community, and over 40 ready-made robots. Works with MT4 or MT5, and as a bonus, you'll get 3 months access to my robot lab, where we build and test bots on live calls every week. Join the hundreds of traders who are trading smarter, not harder. Click the link in the description to learn more, get the free training, and download a free robot.
So second step is, like, you don't have to invest real money, a big real money, like $1,000 or more than $500. Just start with a demo account. And once you start learning from the demo account, you will not have the real emotions. When you are trading on the demo account, just think like you are just getting an overview from the market, and don't invest or don't make plannings based on demo. Okay, so when you're ready, when you understand all the things, candlesticks, trends, and whatever you learn from the YouTube, whatever you learn from here and there. Now, when you want to, deposit your real money, don't get excited too much, and don't make plans that you will not use a stop loss, and you will use the signals from who are giving you 500 weekly pips, and you will deposit $5,000, and you are going to trade one lot. You will make like this money. All these calculations are wrong. So invest only $100 or maybe $50, and start with 0.01 lot size. Okay. Now, when you're investing $100 or $50, there would be some real emotions, fear, and these type of things will include in your trading. Now you are going towards a real journey. Okay. So start doing compounding your, and next trading formula is simple. You have to go with, now this is the third step. Now what to trade, how to trade. So third step is simple. Whenever you're taking a trade, you should choose one pair. One pair is enough, because if you are using 10 pairs and your target is making 10% or 2% or whatever you realistic target you have in your mind, you can make it with the one pair and you can make it with the 10 pair. That's same. But if you are involving yourself in 10 pairs, you are pushing yourself towards a exhausting situation, because you cannot analyze and you cannot look for all the pairs. So just one pair is good. Whatever the pair is, in my case, I trade Euro USD. You can choose any other pair. So once you make one pair your buddy, you have to trade it for whole time. You have to trade it for. You can switch the pairs by time. If you're not liking it, you can switch it. But if you're start getting results from a pair, you should keep it. And the second point from the third is that go use the good RR. And what means by RR is risk to reward ratio, that your stop loss should be lower and your take profits should be higher. It's same like the psychology of a fresh trader or who are just entering into the market. You have to reverse the whole behavior. You have to keep your profits longer, and you have to cut your losses at the right time. And by the right time, I'm not saying that you should go with the 5 pips stop loss or 10 pips conservative stop loss. You should give market enough space to move. So markets could move, and if even though if it's go down or go up against your, goes against you, it shouldn't trap your stop loss. So give a little bit realistic stop loss and give it a good target, realistic, which could be achieved in a daytime. So that's the third steps. And always follow the trend. As this is my strategy, I always follow the trend. I always go for the retracements, take my entry on the retracement. And that's why it's simple in 3 steps. if you follow these 3 steps, by over time, you will see that you are getting good results and you are getting improved. Now, after that, if once you get starting good results, you can compound your profits or you can invest more money.
Right. Awesome. That's a great little step-by-step process to get you to the point where, and I suppose if you're making those consistent profits, you could compound it with a prop firm if you want to really sort of accelerate that capital growth. Now, what about like on a price chart? What things would you recommend somebody go away and study? Like if there was 3 things to try and improve their technical analysis.
Trading is more like not like on physical learning. It's not like physical learning. You just sit down on the charts for the whole day, look for your entry. It's not like that. 5 to 10 minutes or 20 minutes is enough to study the market. Then main thing is your psychology. How you behave after entering in a trade. Are you watching the trade after every 5 minutes? Because if you're taking good loads, high risk, you are going to be excited. You want to know what's happening in the market, what's happening with your trade every other minute. So this is very bad habit. Very bad habit. You should remove this habit. You shouldn't look at the trade. Once you enter in the trade, it's become obvious, and then there should be one outcome. It would be a go against you, or it would be in your favor. So you have to be calm down. Take the loss that you can afford to lose, and that you can accept as a loss. So once you just open a trade, normally in my case, I don't look at the charts after I open a trade. I won't say I don't open it, but I open it very low. Very few times. If my trade is running for 8 hours, there would be only once or twice I would have looked for the charts or look at my trade, because the reason is when the moment I place the trade, I accept both conditions. It will be TP or it will be stop loss. I'm just waiting for market to be execute that thing.
Okay, and what about like from a mindset point of view? Do you do any special sort of like pre-trading routines or anything to calm your mind, or any sort of mindset kind of hacks that helped you?
I have a very funny hack, and very funny hack. When I starting, how I developed this thing. When I was trading, I started prop firms back then a year ago. So after placing a trade, I used to play PUBG game, which is a very popular game. PUBG.
PUBG, yeah, I've heard of that.
I was playing like for 5 to 6 hours, 7 hours. And because I was addicted to it, because I want to spend my time. I don't want to look at the trade. So I was playing the game for like 3 hours, 4 hours. That helped me to skip this trading thing. Opening my charts, looking at that. So it's a very simple hack. Just put yourself in some condition when you just enjoying your time. When you're enjoying your time in something else, you're going to you would be forget about the trade.
Yeah, that is actually quite a good little hack. I've got to say, it's because it just immerses you in something else. You're not going to think about your trade. And there must be something in everyone's life where that actually happens. Now, we're going to dive into a quick fire round here to wrap things up. So how long do you think it took you to go from a newbie to consistently profitable?
If you're on the right track, I would say a year is enough. But if you're not on the right track, it depends on how much time you're wasting on the shortcuts. If you just start your right track from day one, you could be profitable in just 6 months. But if you want to try shortcuts, if you want to try fake gurus, if you want to try courses, if you want to try signals and this stuff, you're not going to learn even for 10 years.
Do you have a recommended trading book or resource?
Courses for trading?
Books or resources, just free stuff, really.
It's a good. I think nobody reads the books in this stage. Especially if someone who is a teenager, 16, 17, 18 years old or 20 that kid not going to read any book. So I never read a book, but I know some good books. I don't remember the name, but I had like lot of books in my office, but I never read them. I have like 20 to 25 good books in my shelf, but I never read them. But I would suggest if you want to be a better person, go with that.
What's your preferred broker and trading platform? I know you use a lot of prop firms now, but if you had to pick a broker and a platform, what would they be? Look, folks, I know you want the answer to this question. Which broker is this trader using? Now, the answer has been sponsored by Black Bull Markets. So to find the answer out, you're going to need to go over to tradingnut.com, find the show notes page for this guest, and then all will be revealed. Right, cool. And do you want to leave our listeners with one piece of advice?
For one piece of advice is that don't think Forex is a shortcut, way to make money. It's a whole process. It's like something it's exactly like you are going into a university, spending 4 years or 5 years in your program. Because now the thing is obvious that you are not going to get money from in those 4 years, but you just you give yourself to that environment for 4 years. So just think like that, and don't when you are entering the Forex market, don't look for the money. Look for the degree, exactly like you look for the degree in a university. Just look for the knowledge, look for the process, look for the right things. And when you just start learning the right things, you will feel the positive thinking, you will feel the positive energy inside you, and then you can start learning step by step. So it's very simple. When you are coming to Forex, never take money from anyone, never take debts, never take a loan from your friends, family, and from anyone, thinking about that you are going to make good money and you will share the profits with them, but you will end with losing the money in the market. And this mindset is not right. The simple advice is don't take money from anyone. Push give yourself to the market for some year or some time, and exactly like the degree that you get from the university, you're not getting any you're not getting any payment. So it's like exactly like this. The few losses you will get in starting, it's like the university fee.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing, isn't it? It's quite hard, and even I struggled with it, is to see that as a degree process. Even now, I sort of it's only just hitting home that, yeah, it's such a great bit of advice to hear, but I think a lot of people, including myself, struggle with that, like trying to connect that up in my head. Like and I went through university, so I know what it's like. You do a whole lot of nothing and you come out with a bit of paper, whereas this should be exactly the same. Hey, look, this has been fantastic. Nouman, before we wrap up, what's the best way for traders to get hold of you?
You want to know my socials?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am on Twitter with the Limitless Nouman, and I am on the Instagram with the same name. Just I'm Twitter on Limitless Nouman, Nouman, and on Twitter it's Nouman, and I am on YouTube. I started some 365 days journey, and I am uploading some good stuff, free stuff. If you want to learn from me and from my experience, you should subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to put 365 days about my journey, about my trades, and some tips like this as I told in this interview. So if you want to follow me, just go with them.
Awesome. Well, look, a big thank you to Nouman for sharing with us today. Everything we discussed here, along with all those links, what we'll do is we'll put them in the show notes. To find them, simply search for Nouman in the search box on tradingnut.com. Until next time, I wish all my listeners trading happiness and success. So there you have it, folks. Interview done and dusted. What a unique way to avoid the trade copier scenario and trade separate accounts and separate challenges one at a time. Brilliant. Now, folks, if you do want to see what he actually does in his trading, there's this crazy simple strategy he uses. It is crazy simple. We've done a video on it. It drops on the channel. Make sure you go over to that YouTube channel, hit subscribe, like, notification bell, all, and you're going to see that drop very soon. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to those live streams as well so you don't miss them. All right, guys, girls, have a great trading week, and we'll see you in the next one.